retired in his late 60s, died. I believe he was 89 or 90 when he died. And the last month of his life, he came to Christ. Now, he'd been thinking about this for years and years after retirement. Thinking about, is there anything after I die? And he could not believe in God. He just didn't. Got to the place where it hit him one day. As a matter of fact, he called us up. 1 month before he died, he called us up. He asked us to come over to his place, and he said, I've been thinking, I'm an engineer, and I designed it. And look, the world's designed, there must be a God. But he said he did not have peace with God. And he's convinced he was there, but he didn't have peace, and he wanted it, he needed it. And I explained to him how he could find Christ. He had his questions. He worked in the Muslim world for much of his career. And he was in the oil industry. And he'd worked in the Muslim world. And he said, they're nice people. They never mistreated me. They were never mean to me. They never, you know, they know going. He had all these questions. But it was finally he gave his life to Christ. And we're so glad, but how much better had he given us not lived 70 years without him? See, true life is found with God. How can you really live life without God? If God is real, okay? Give me this. If God is real, and what he says is true, then how can you live life properly without acknowledging him, without following him, without being connected with him? To me, it's like you got a nice car, but you never put gas in it. And you're like pushing it around or something instead of realizing you can turn on the motor and go. You know? How can you really live life? If God is real, how can you live life without him? Now you can cope, you can exist, but if he's there and you don't know him, you're missing out on the very center of life. What life is about. So that's why what we're saying here this week will be more important than anything you're taught in any of your classes. Doesn't mean your classes are all wrong. A lot of the stuff you learn in there's not very good. But what we say out here will serve you well for life and eternity. Okay? Got another question today. Anyone? Yes, sir.
Does God condemn homosexuality?
Does God condemn homosexuality? Yes,
Yeah.
Homosexuality is a sin. Yes.
So if you're gay, you go to hell.
Well, here's the thing. We've got to distinguish. You can have same-sex temptation without. See, I would not call that being gay. Just because you're tempted with people of the same sex, or you're attracted to people of the same sex. The sin is to engage in it. All right. So we're all tempted in many ways. I'm sure you're tempted to sin. Are you gay?
No, I'm not gay.
Okay, you're not gay, but I'm sure you're tempted to sin. Like, homosexuals are tempted to sin sexually with people of the same sex. Heterosexuals may be tempted to sin with people of the opposite sex. You may be tempted to steal or to lie or to cheat or to, we're all tempted. Homosexuals are not unique in this. They don't get you get the pass. Your temptation is okay. No temptation is okay. And God's grace instructs us to deny ungodly desires.
So why is homosexuality like? Why is that wrong? What's wrong?
Well, God designed sex to be between a male and a female.
Then why do people have homosexual temptation?
Well, because we're sinners.
And why happen?
Sorry?
Like why does he design it that way? What's the point?
No, you can't blame God on that.
I mean,
You can't blame God on the fact that we have sinful temptations. We live in a sinful world, and we, here's important to understand. You got, the bigger picture about sex. You understand I'm a creationist, right?
Yeah.
So let me just give a little background. God created sex. That might surprise you. You didn't evolve it. We didn't evolve our genitalia. God created male and female. What was the very first commandment God gave Adam and Eve? Who knows?
Be fruitful and multiply.
And he wasn't talking about gardening or mathematics. He meant go have babies. And when Adam and Eve did their part to go have a baby, God didn't go, ah! What are you doing? No, God said what they were doing was good. See, sex between a man and a wife is a good thing. The students understand. Just like there's a God in heaven who loves you, there's a devil who hates you. And one of the devil's goals or tactics is to take the beautiful gifts of God, turn them around, make them ugly. So now we have all kinds of ugly sex. You got adultery. You got prostitution. You got rape. You got molestation.
Oh, by the way, on that topic of rape, did you know that you could pay 500 shekels in the Old Testament to rape a girl and marry her? Does anybody know how much 500 shekels is in United States dollars? It's $12.5. It's in Deuteronomy. Check it out. Second part, do you believe that God is all-loving?
You know, I'm in the middle of talking to him right now, okay?
Well, I'm
You're
just here
kinda-
to help out. I'm just trying to bring
No,
up
you're
a
not trying to help out. You're not a very good Bible scholar, to be honest.
Oh, you want me to try this? Do you believe that God is all-loving?
You're not a very good Bible scholar. I'm talking to him right now.
All right.
So we have all kinds of bad sex. We have rape, prostitution, pornography.
So you don't believe that consensual sex between self-identifying homosexual individuals is you categorize that the same as rape?
Well, I'd say it's bad sex.
You say that it's all
bad sex. Is it as bad as rape? I'm not saying it's as bad as. I'm just saying it's wrong. It's not what it's supposed to be.
Why is it wrong? Why?
Because God created male and female. It's that simple. God did not make this or that. God made male and female.
How do we know he did? How do we know that? How is that?
Well, you know what? See, it's not only the Bible. It's like biology. You realize that when a man reaches sexual climax, he ejaculates sperm. Now, what's the sperm looking for? An egg. That's biology. That's not religion, folks. That's biology.
Have you heard of intersex people? though?
And you have here anatomy, where we know that what fits and what doesn't. And so, and then you look at how human being, men and women are different. We're different in our hormones. We're different in our brains. We're different in our bodies. God made us to correspond with one another. God made us to complete one another. God made us to fulfill one another. And if a person looks for someone of the same sex for that completion, both spiritually, emotionally, and physiologically and biologically, that's a perversion of the way God created them. Now, we all have problems. I'm not gay, but I got problems. Everybody's got problems. Nobody's perfect. And homosexuality is not in a unique class of itself that says you can violate nature, do whatever you want. It's okay because you're gay.
Do you listen to Ty Dolla $ign?
I'm sorry?
Do you listen to Ty Dolla $ign?
I have no idea what that is. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Understand, by the way, Christians get this rap as being anti-gay. I'm going to be clear. We're not the only religion that says homosexuality is wrong. We're not the only culture that says homosexuality is wrong. We're not the only people. I'd say it's wrong, like I said, religiously. It's wrong anatomy. It's wrong biology. It's wrong in every way. It is against nature. But we don't hate homosexuals. We don't hate them. We don't despise them. We don't say, oh, you know, we don't call them names. What we do is we have compassion on them. Because homosexuals, you know, most of them would like to change. Most of them have tried to change. We offer hope that in Jesus Christ, you can change. That in Jesus Christ,
Explain that biologically.
that in Jesus Christ you can change. In Jesus Christ you can find a new life. I'm not like these hopeless psychologists that say, hey, you are who you are, just live with it. And learn how to be proud of yourself. I am a Christian. I say, you are like all a sinner, and your problem is not bigger than a God who can solve it. I don't care whether you're gay, or addicted to pornography or drugs, you've got an eating disorder, or whatever your issue, your problem is not bigger than God.
Do you believe in birth control?
Do I believe in birth control?
Like, do you think that if somebody's abused, or that could be bad sex as well?
Well, are you married?
No.
All right, for unmarried people, I definitely suggest you use birth control.
But, I mean, you consider homosexuality bad probably on the basis that most people do, which is you can't keep a child with male or female. Wouldn't that mean that having using a condom or anything else birth control related would also, you can't conceive a child that way either?
I would say this. If you, I don't believe it is a sin for a married couple to delay having children. All right? But I do think that if they do, they miss out on what, on the fullness of what a sexual relationship's all about. I mean, it's kind of like to me, if you use birth control, it's kind of like saying, hey, we're going to go out and celebrate your birthday. We're going to go down to Cold Stone, and you can have anything you want. You say, well, I think I'll just have some vanilla. You know, when you could have had like a big sundae with a cherry on top and everything. See, sex is not solely about procreation, but procreation is a big part of it. Like I said to the students yesterday, I've had the ultimate sex act. I've done the ultimate. You know that? I've done the ultimate. We had a baby. We created a new human life sexually. And if you've ever done that, you'll know what I'm saying. If you've ever conceived and been there when that baby is born, you know there's nothing like it in the whole world. And yet so many here said, you know, that's the one time you pray, oh God, I pray she's not pregnant. You know, I hope it do.